The third stage of the AfricaEcoRace started from camp, and teams had mountain ranges, dry lake beds and military bases to navigate. A fast day over rocky Moroccan tracks usually means one thing: punctures, something that can often turn the GC upside down. On the cards today, 400 kilometres of time stage from Agdal to Oued Dra Assa. Years down the line, the AfricaEcoRace has grown, all the while following in the footsteps of Thierry Sabine and staying true to a traditional rally raid. At the heart of it all, simplicity, comradeship and authenticity. More than ever, the spirit of Thierry Sabine shines through for Jean-Louis Schlesser. We leave Europe and we head to Africa. And then it's just fun. On the AfricaRace, we're all about friendship and support. It's still a very big challenge, but when they arrive in the desert these days, they have a little taster, and we like that. We all sleep in camp, all of which are fantastic. No hotels here. That's the real spirit of Thierry Sabine. Jean-Louis Schlesser spoke of a little taster. The teams wondered what would be served up today because they were in need of strong arms to hang on to their wheels and handlebars today. And on the arm-breaking rocky route today, one Frenchman rode into the top 10. Philippe Cavelius was happy. I'm happy to have finished because it's not exactly my kind of terrain. And today that's all we had. I'm happy to have finished without falling or breaking the bike. I didn't suffer too much. The navigation was complicated. There were little traps everywhere. But it was fine, a good day. It's so great to be here, really great. We're so lucky to be here and to be able to do this in good health. In the top 3 today we find some familiar faces, such as Martin Benko, third here 2 years ago, and a possible podium contender. The Slovak came in fourth today on his KTM. 13 minutes before him came in Simone Agazzi, who had never seen so many rocks in his life. He rode alone all day and finished third, tired but smiling. He's really looking forward to the sands of Mauritania. As is Paul Anders Olavalseter, second today. He found it pretty complicated today, especially the last 200 kilometres. He left first and was quickly caught by Alessandro Bottiuri, and they rode the rest of the stage together. 3 days in, the former 2-time winner is feeling good.
After 3 days, I feel very good. Can't wait for the more sand in the roads and more, not so much rocks.
Olavalseter finished 2 minutes and 38 seconds behind Bottiuri, who takes his second stage win in 3 days. The former Italian under-21s rugby player is as happy on his bike as he is charging over the try-line. He's happy to be here in his first AfricaEcoRace. It's an incredible race. I hope other riders come to do this race. It's a really beautiful course. A quick look at the results for the third stage. Second stage victory for Alessandro Bottiuri ahead of Paul Anders Olavalseter in a role reversal from yesterday. Agazzi is third again, and the Guatemalan Francisco Arredondo finished fifth. In the GC, no change from yesterday. Bottiuri is now up 7 minutes and 7 seconds ahead of Olavalseter, all to play for at the top. The first French rider, Philippe Cavelius, is sixth. If you want to lift the trophy at Lac Rose, you need a good dose of experience to get you onto the top step. Dominique Huzio is one of the favourites to do just that. Behind the wheel, as in life, he's no show-off. This year he has the good fortune to have Arnaud de Bron by his side. The co-pilot won the first 2 AfricaEcoRaces with Jean-Louis Schlesser, and this year communication between the two seems to be working well. This is a first. Arnaud is an Africa specialist. We understood each other straight away. Go right, dip, attention, danger 3, turn right. We communicate very well. No special words, just directions and distances. I had a few problems because I couldn't reset the kilometers properly, so it wasn't that great. I had to be quite vague. We weren't very exact, but that will be fixed tomorrow. Neither of us has driven for 2 years. We had to learn to communicate. It came quickly. We're getting back into it, and I think it's going not too badly. I agree completely. For a first time, it's very good. We'll get used to each other soon enough. Our biggest fear is ending up with mechanical problems. No, we aren't feeling any pressure. Actually, it's reassuring. It's like having life insurance having such a good co-pilot. Because on this sort stage, if you are badly navigated, it would have been easy to flip or break an axle. It's dangerous in Africa. If you don't realize that, you shouldn't be here. I'm really happy with his driving. We've known each other for about 30 years, but we've never driven together. He's neat, he's calm, it's very good. It allows the co-pilot to function without feeling scared. That's definitely the case here. I feel confident. It's really great. We met in Africa 30 years ago. We hardly see each other in France. We've known each other for 30 years, but we've never driven together. It's a real pleasure, and I'm delighted to hear that Arnaud feels the same. Cusio finished 4th today, far ahead of number 257, the SSV of Rudy Roxalan, who came in first in his category and 18th overall. He was just ahead of Bruno Fretin, who has found his mojo after a terrible first stage where he finished on the broom wagon. Some news of Shunazoka, who is battling away in the T2 category. He has had some trouble since the beginning of the rally. This Africa race is not proving easy for the former Dakar winner. Once again, he made it back into camp very late. Problems too for Philippe Gosselin, who was 3rd yesterday. He lost his front hub and his mechanics have a very long night ahead of them. Onto the trucks, and despite leaving 25th this morning, Igor Bowens clawed his way through the field and finished in 6th place, just before Elisabeth Jacinto. The Belgian was 2nd on day 1, is feeling good on the Moroccan routes in his Iveco with its new engine. It was a perfect day. I was relatively quick. 200 kilometers from the finish, we had a puncture on the near side rear tyre. We had to keep the pressure up all the way to the finish. We did the last 5 kilometers on the rim. The top 3 is once more made up of MD Team's Optimus buggies. Mr. and Mrs. Julien are as at home in Africa as he is in his bakery in Paris. They did very well in Mauritania last year. 9th on the first day, 5th yesterday and 3rd today. Consistent improvement. A sign of good things to come for Optimus number 208, we hope. Consistent improvement for Jean-Pierre Strugo too. He is now a pretender for the title. The highly experienced driver is having a fine time of it. He has competed at all the great rallies and has decided to come back to Africa. He tore through the stage, reaching speeds of 195 kilometers an hour. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm surprised by a 2nd place, however. It took 10 kilometers to get back into it. The first day, at the end of 10 kilometers, it was as if I had never stopped driving. This man must be pinching himself. 3 stage victories in 3 days. Dominique Lohr is a former raider and support driver. Today, he's leading the GC after a fantastic day out. Great, great. Another good day. A bit harder than yesterday with lots of stones and navigation. Christophe kept us at the right pace. We made 2 or 3 small errors, almost nothing. But we only lost 1 or 2 minutes. Nothing serious. The goal in the GC was to stay ahead of Strugo, because he's just behind us. So we'll see what will happen at the end of the day. A third stage victory for Dominique Lohr with 1 minute 42 seconds over Jean-Pierre Strugo. Mr. and Mrs. Julien were third. Following them were Uzio, Froment and the Truck of Bowens in 6th place. Overall, Dominique Lohr has a 16-minute and 46-second lead over Strugo and 48.59 over the Juliens. The first truck in the GC, that of Elizabeth Jacinto, is 6th. That's all for today. Tomorrow the AfricaEcoRace trucks ever south. The 4th stage is the longest of this year's race. The remaining teams will take on a time stage of 493 kilometres from Assa to Fort Chakal. Before then, we'll leave you with today's best shots. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.